Hi everybody, welcome to a 30-minute Zen Yoga Flow class. Today's class is all levels welcome. You need a yoga mat, and if you don't have a yoga mat, grab a beach towel. So a few things to know about today's class. It'll run 30 minutes long, as I just said, and if anything feels too challenging, your option is always to take child's pose or downward dog, or you could simply just sit down if anything becomes too challenging. I'm going to give you options and modifications depending on your yoga level. So I'll give you an option maybe to drop a knee, just to modify the pose for you, either to make it a little deeper for you or to ease off a little. So thank you for joining me. Grab your partner, grab your kids, grab yourself, grab your mat, and let's start. I'm going to go turn on the music. So you can come to your mat. We're going to start on our backs. So you can just start to lie down. Feet are about hip width apart. Ankles are falling out to the side. Palms are facing up, an inch or two away from your body. You can close your eyes and just start to tune into your breath. You can place a hand on your chest, one hand on your abdomen, and start to feel your breath and notice where it's coming from. So are you breathing shallow and in your throat? Or are you breathing expansively through your belly? So I invite us all to take a big, deep breath in through our belly. Balloon your belly up and out. And then empty out softly, let your belly return to the mat. So deep diaphragmatic breathing starts to calm our central nervous system, and it starts to send an all clear signal to our brain that our bodies are safe and okay. So as we transition from our mornings onto our yoga mat, let this practice be a letting go of any thoughts that aren't serving you at the moment, or any negative little bunnies that are kind of floating around your mind. See if you can use your breath to keep yourself in the present moment. Yoga means union, which is the connection and unification of your mind and your body and your spirit. And that's what we're going to be doing for the next 30 minutes on our mat. Take a big inhale. Big, deep exhale. Take an inhale. Let's begin to hug our right knee to our right shoulder. So as you inhale, think of lengthening the crown of your head to the wall behind you. And as you exhale, think of gently drawing your right knee to your right shoulder. There's a slight tuck of the chin, unclench your jaw, relax your shoulders away from your ears, and just breathe. I invite you to keep your eyes closed. So as you inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, draw your knee ever so gently to the wall behind you. Let's take a couple of more breaths here. One more inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. Let's turn this into thread the needle. So you can bend your left foot. You can cross your right ankle over your left thigh. If this feels like an intense enough stretch for your hips, you can stay here. If not, you can come into thread the needle or figure four. So let your left toes dangle. Flex your right foot. Again, slight tuck of the chin. And you can either grab behind your left leg or on your left shin. And you'll start to feel the deep opening of that right hip. So for today, for me, my right hip feels tight. And we carry a lot of emotional stress in our hips. So figure 4, thread the needle, is really nice to release your hips. So as you inhale, think of sending as much breath into your entire body. As you exhale, see if you can open that right knee out to the side, any amount. Keep breathing. See if you notice your body starting to calm down in its state as you're on the mat. So your mat is accessible to you at any time you need it. It allows you a place to come down to a space of calm and a space to regroup. Take a big inhale. Exhale, straighten your right leg out on the mat and grab a hold of your left knee and begin to hug that left knee to your left armpit or shoulder. So again, slight tuck of your chin, relax your jaw. As you inhale, think of lengthening the crown of your head to the wall behind you. And as you exhale, start to hug that left knee to your left shoulder. Keep your eyes open or closed. Just breathe. So we know that yoga works, and why it works is it's the pairing of breath and movement. So as we move and breathe, that's what brings our mind and body to a state of calm. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. I hear the rain running down outside. One more inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. You can plant your right foot in the mat and you can cross your left ankle over your right thigh. If this feels like a deep enough hip opener for you, you could stay here. If not, I invite you to hug your right knee to the wall behind you. Flex your left foot, let your right toes dangle. Open that left knee out to the side. So as you inhale, breathe deeply, let your belly expand. And as you exhale, open that left knee out to the side. So again, you may notice that one hip feels tighter than the other. This is really, really normal. We all have differences on different sides of our body for tension, for tightness, even for balance. So just honor where your body's at and just breathe into that hip opener. And maybe smile. Keep breathing. One more inhale. One more exhale. Beautiful. Let's start to wake up our abdominals and our core strength. So straighten your legs up to the ceiling. Straighten your arms up to the ceiling. Slight tuck your chin, hug your belly in. We're going to inhale as we drop our right arm back and our right leg down. Exhale. Close it up. Inhale to lower. Exhale. That's 2. 3. Inhale back. Exhale to close it up. Inhale to lower your right leg and right arm. Exhale back to center. Inhale. Lower your left leg, lower your left arm. Exhale up to center. Inhale. Drop your left leg down, drop your left arm back. Back up to center. Inhale to lower. Exhale up to center. Inhale to lower. Exhale to center. Inhale to lower. Up to center. So let's all of us try to do a deeper abdominal stretch. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, start to lower everything slowly. Keep your lower back imprinted. Only go as far as your back allows you, not to start to lift. Exhale everything up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale up to center. Inhale to lower 2 more times. Exhale up. Inhale to lower. Exhale up. Hug your knees to your chest and you can rock to side from side to give your lower back a gentle massage. Start to breathe. Take one inhale. Let's come onto our side and let's transition into hands and knees. You can bring your hands and knees to the front of the mat. So we're going to get into tabletop position, which is your wrists stacked over your shoulders and your knees stacked under your hips. Hug your belly into your spine. Keep a straight line in your neck. Keep your shoulders away from your ears, and you can gaze at the spot just ahead of your fingers. We're going to keep our left hand on the mat. We're going to inhale our right hand behind our ear, and we're going to twist up and close. Exhale. Inhale to open, look up. Exhale to close. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Follow me. Inhale. Exhale. Loop your right arm under your left arm. Come down to your left shoulder. Press your left hand into the earth so you can twist over your left shoulder. Keep your hips high. And as you inhale, breathe deeply. And as you exhale, start to twist over your left shoulder. Calming your central nervous system down, breathing, and letting go of whatever is not serving you at the moment. So if you can inhale peace and love and positivity, and if you can let go of any negativity or toxicity or thoughts that really don't serve you in your life right now, let it all go out through your mouth. Inhale. Out through your mouth. Inhale, come back to center. Reset. Let's make sure we're stacked properly. Let's take an inhale. Let's keep our right hand on the mat. Let's take our left hand behind our ear. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, twist up, look up. Exhale, twist away. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, setting full breath. Exhale. Inhale, follow me, open. Exhale, loop your left arm under your right arm. Come down onto your left shoulder. Twist over your right shoulder. Plant your right hand into the earth. So inhale, breathe deeply, and exhale, start to twist over that left shoulder. And breathe. Hips are high. Toes are relaxed on the mat. You can even close your eyes. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Come back to center, moving into spinal balance. So let's reset. Take an inhale. Let's start to slide our left leg back. Flex that left toe as if you're pressing it into the wall behind you or into a ooey gooey pile of mud. Inhale, float your right arm to the front of the room. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Drop that left hip to square off your hips. Take an inhale and breathe. Hug your belly in. Feel your core firing up. So core strength is really important to stimulate good mental well-being. We know that good gut health helps with good mental health. Option to stay here, option to open everything out to the side, any amount, and breathe. Use your breath to keep you balanced. One more inhale back to center. Reset back to center. Good. How are you all doing? I hope well. Take an inhale. Take a big exhale. Inhale. Slide your right leg back. Flex that right foot. Right leg is active. Inhale. Float your left arm forward for spinal balance. Make sure your spine is aligned. Make sure you're hugging your belly in. Make sure you drop your right hip so that your hips are in line, breathing into spinal balance. Keep breathing. Option to stay here or option to open everything out to the side, any amount, and breathe. Beautiful. Come back to center. Excellent. Let's reset. Coming into a little bit more core, we're going to go into floating tabletop. Inhale, curl your toes under. Exhale, lift your knees to hover off the mat, 1 to 2 inches, and breathe. Shoulders away from your ears, neck is in line, belly is to your spine. Breathe through the challenge. If you have to drop your knees at any time, please do so. If not, you can stay up with me. 1, final 3, 2, 1. Let's come into our first downward dog. So I encourage you, if this is your first downward dog ever, to bend your knees a little bit. Press your chest in the direction of your upper thighs. Slide your shoulder blades down your back pocket. Gaze either in between your ankles or in between your shins or in between your knees. Spread your hands wide apart and press firmly into the mat. So press the mat away from you with your hands and press your chest in the direction of your thighs. You can start to walk out your feet, pedal your feet. So it's kind of like a walking on the spot. And then see if you can settle any or all of your twitching and just settle in with the heels in the direction of the floor. And breathe and settle in to downward dog. 2 more deep breaths. Bend your knees, look forward, and start to tiptoe to the front of the mat. Beautiful. We're going to inhale, coming into chair pose. So come all the way up. You're going to keep your ankles glued together, your knees glued together, your thighs glued together if that feels comfortable for you. If you need a little bit more stability, you can bring your feet hip width apart. You're going to follow me. We're going to inhale. Let's float our arms up. Exhale. Let's start to sit back in an invisible chair. So our shoulders are away from our ears. We're gazing straight ahead. Our belly is hugged into our spine. And with every inhalation, you can breathe tall or take your arm option, cactus arms or prayer arms if it's too much pressure on your neck. So every inhalation, think of reaching up tall, and every exhalation, think of sinking deeper into your chair. So option to stay here. If you want to challenge your balance, you can lift your right foot and balance in chair. Gaze at a point in front of you, your drishti or your focus point. Keep breathing. Keep breathing into the challenge, or your feet are together, or your feet are hip width apart. Cactus arms, prayer arms, your choice. You're the boss of your practice at all times. Breathe. Beautiful. Let's come out of chair, hands by our side. Let's take a breath, close your eyes. Beautiful. One more inhale. One more exhale. Feet together. Let's go back into chair. Inhale. Float your arms up. Exhale. Sink back into your chair. Drop your shoulders. Breathing in chair with every exhalation. See if you can drop your seat lower to the earth. Option to stay here, or option to lift your left foot this time and balance in a 1-foot chair. For 3, for 2, for 1. Coming out of chair. Beautiful. Take a deep breath. Stepping to the front of your mat. Inhale. Float your arms up. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Let's swan dive forward. Bend your knees slightly. Inhale, place your hands on your shins. Come up to a flat back with a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat and step back into plank and hold. So I'm going to challenge us to stay in plank and hold. Option to come down onto your forearms if this is hurting your wrists, or option to body saw with me a little bit forward and back to stimulate our core. For 3, for 2, for 1. Back to center. Take an inhale. Lunge your right foot forward. Drop your left knee, uncurl your left toes, and just hang out in low lunge and breathe. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Exhale. Excellent. If your knees are sensitive, you have the option to fold your mat here as we come up. If your knee feels okay, you can join me. Rest your right forearm on your right thigh. Inhale, reach up with your left arm. Reach up tall. Inhale, exhale, side bend to the right and breathe. Beautiful. Hands down. Step back into plank. Modified chaturanga. Let's drop our knees to the mat. Uncurl our toes. Take a big inhale. Let's bend our knees as we start to lower down and resist the mat for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, baby cobra. Press into the mat. Peel your chest off the mat. Hug your shoulder blades together. Exhale, downward dog and breathe. 2 deep breaths. 3 deep breaths. Bend your knees, walk, step, or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale up to a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale into ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows. Needing more support, just bring your feet hip width apart. So hanging in ragdoll, forward fold, letting the blood circulate around our body, nourishing us. Option to sway from side to side and breathe. One more inhale. Circle your arms all the way up to standing, hands in prayer. Close your eyes. Slow down your breath. One more time. Inhale, float your arms up. Hinging at the hips, let's swan dive forward. Inhale, hands on your shins to a flat back. Come up to a halfway lift and hold. Exhale, come down into plank. Hold your core strong, hold your belly strong. Take an inhale, option to stay in plank or to body saw forward and back. A few times. 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale, lunge your left foot forward, drop your right knee on the mat, uncurl your right toes, and let's hang out in low lunge and breathe. Feel the stretch up the front of your right foot. Feel your hips sink into the earth. Feel your breath start to slow. So you can bend the mat here, fold the mat on the right side if you have a sensitive knee, or you can come up with me. Inhale, rest your left forearm on your left thigh. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, start to side bend over to the left and breathe. Keep breathing, good. Never let your breath get stuck. Try not to let your breath get stuck. Return your breath back in flow. One inhale. Exhale, step back. Option to drop your knees as we did before in modified plank or full chaturanga with your knees off the mat. Take an inhale. Let's resist the mat for 4, 3, 2, 1. Option to come into baby cobra or bring your hands back an inch and press all the way up into up dog. Lift your hips, lift your thighs, heart is open, look up. Exhale, downward dog and breathe. So you can stay in down dog for a few breaths, or if you need a break, you can come down into child's pose, which is knees wide, big toes together. Send your hips back. Let your head surrender to the mat and breathe. Keep breathing. Take an inhale, come back onto all fours. Inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, bring it through. Plant your back left foot up to 10 o'clock. Inhale, float your arms up, warrior one. Make sure your knee is stacked over your ankle. Breathe. Close off your left hip and breathe. Exhale into warrior two. Slide that left heel back on the mat. Again, make sure that right knee is over your left ankle. Reach from fingertip to fingertip. Gaze over your right fingertips. The sensation is if you want to open that right knee out to the side and breathe, warrior two. Inhale, flip your front palm, rest your back hand on your back leg, lift your right arm up and back, reverse warrior and breathe. Keep breathing, beautiful. Windmill your hands down, step back into downward dog and breathe. Inhale, float your left leg up. Exhale, step your left leg through. Plant your back heel in line with your front heel. Open your toes, your right toes out to 2 o'clock. Lunge into warrior one, making sure your knee is stacked over your ankle. Shoulders are dropped, belly is in. Exhale, warrior two. Slide that right heel back. Make sure that knee is over that ankle, reaching from fingertip to fingertip. The sensation is if you're trying to open your left leg out to the left side and breathe. Inhale, flip your front palm. Let your back hand come on your back leg. Inhale, reach your left arm up and back and breathe. Inhale, windmill your arms down. Coming back into downward dog. Before we drop our knees down, let's bring our feet around. Let's start to lie on our back. Coming into bridge pose, setting up for bridge pose. So bend your knees, bring your heels close enough to touch your fingertips and let your knees be at hip width apart. Rest your hands on the mat and inhale. Inhale to lift your hips up to the ceiling. If this is enough of a challenge for your lower back, for your glutes, for your thighs, stay here. If not, interlace your hands behind you and bring your shoulder blades behind you to get your hips up higher. If this is enough of a challenge for you, stay here. If not, you have the option to bring your right leg up and breathe. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. Beautiful. Bring your foot back down. Gently release your hands, lower your hips. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, let's start to lift our hips back up. Plant our hands into the earth. Press your hips up. Feel your glutes, your hamstrings working. Option to stay here as you press up. Option to interlace your hands underneath you and roll your shoulder blades behind you to get higher and stay in bridge pose here. Or third variation is to lift your left leg for a deeper challenge up to the ceiling and breathe. Two more deep breaths. Beautiful. Return to the mat. Bring your hands out to the side. Let's reset our spine from our back bend by gently bringing your knees from side to side in a windshield wiper motion. Let's start to hug our knees to our chest. Let's curl up in a tight ball, tight squeeze. Coming into happy baby, inhale, bring your knees out to the sides. If you can grab a hold of the outside edges of your feet, they'll be parallel to the ceiling. If not, you can grab onto your ankles. Just feel a nice inner thigh stretch. Slight tuck of the chin. Relax your jaw. Breathe. Option to rock from side to side. So as you finish up in happy baby, I'm going to give you the opportunity to take any pose that feels good for you as I put on our music for Savasana. So take any final stretch that feels good for you. And we're going to do a little bit of a 3-minute body start to absorb all the work and all the effort and all the love that you just gave it for the last 30 minutes. You start to relax and do a body scan from the tips of your toes to relax your ankles, your shins and your knees, your thighs. Your belly is breathing softly, your chest, your jaw is relaxed. With your eyes right up to the crown of your head, giving yourself complete permission to surrender, to relax, and to rest. Off. Start to bring it back to the present moment. You can start to wiggle your toes, roll your wrists around. You can nod your head yes or no. And then gently come onto your left side and rest in this fetal position. And then ever so gently you can press your right hand into the earth. You can come up to a seated position to face me. You can put your hands into prayer and press them against your heart, and you can bow your head. I want to thank you so much for practicing with me today and for taking 30 minutes out of your day, perhaps with your partner or with your children, to invest in your health and wellness. Maybe this was your first yoga class, and maybe this is the beginning of your wellness journey, but you know, or that you should know, that you have the ability to bring your body to a state of calm and well-being anytime you so choose by accessing your breath and stepping onto your yoga mat and moving your body. So I wish you a wonderful day, a life full of health and wellness, and remember, in order to serve the world, you can't give from an empty cup. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.